Chapter 20 Zulu Hour. On Earth number 2, Dr. Robert and Helen had been busying themselves while the particle accelerator was charging. A vast array of measurement devices and video cameras had been set up. Dr. Robert was determined to capture hard, reviewable evidence of what he hoped was about to happen. It could form the basis of decades of subsequent research, perhaps even a Nobel Prize. Helen just hoped nothing catastrophic happened if she were to be honest. "Is the FarViewer ready, Helen?" asked Dr. Robert. Helen ruffled through and reviewed a number of pieces of paperwork before she could accurately answer the question. "Yes, I think it is. All the tests have passed, and we should have exactly the same configuration as last time." "Excellent. And how long till we can open the FarViewer?" After looking at the countdown timer that had started automatically when the particle accelerator had started charging, she replied, "Just about 5 minutes now." "Excellent, 5 minutes, just enough time to put on a brew. Tea or coffee?" As Dr. Robert flicked the kettle on Earth number 371, Bouncer and Graham had searched for the FarViewer. "What do you think it looks like, Bouncer?" asked Graham. "I've no idea, Graham. The document I found had no diagrams on it, just a description of the enrichment process," replied Bouncer. "Do you think we could find something on a computer?" asked Graham. "Great idea, Graham. Find a computer and see what you can find." Graham soon found a computer and turned on the monitor. As the image appeared, it was a login screen. "What do I do, Bouncer?" But before the words had finished, his hand started to fly across the keyboard. "Go for it, Graham. Well done," congratulated Bouncer. "Thank you, but I'm not doing anything. I think it's the nanotech. They've kind of taken over, and I think they are desperate for that solarium." Once again, before the words had finished, the screen beeped and the login was accepted. Graham's hands continued to work on autopilot and opened a file search program and entered the search term FarViewer. After no more than 20 seconds, a list of links appeared, several of which were images. "Try that one," said Bouncer, pointing to an image file named FarViewer_v1.0.png, after walking over and looking over his friend's shoulder. With the image on screen, Bouncer and Graham now had something definitive to search for, and it didn't take long for them to locate it. "Come on, Graham, let's have some fun." With a firm idea of what exactly it was they were looking for, it was no more than 5 minutes till they had found the FarViewer prototype. It was a substantial-looking piece of equipment, much like any science fiction energy device, with cables and pipes running its length, and about the size of a small car assembly robot replete with a robotic arm. The robotic arm appeared to work in 5 degrees of freedom with a focus beam emitter at the end. This level of freedom meant that the focus beam emitter could be pointed in any direction within a sphere about its central point. Bouncer and Graham, assisted by their nanotech, had soon worked it out. "It's impressive looking, isn't it?" said Graham. "Defo," replied Bouncer. As he looked at the FarViewer, his nanotech seemed to be taking control of him, causing him to move parts of the assembly and look closely at each bit as if it were trying to work it out. "Are you okay, Bouncer?" "You're acting funny again," asked Graham. "Yeah, kind of, Bouncer. My nanotech seems to be in control though, Graham. I feel like a passenger, to be honest." "What do you mean?" "Well, they seem to have a plan, Graham. I just don't necessarily know what that plan is." As Bouncer talked to Graham, his arms were autonomously flying around the FarViewer, pulling and pushing, testing and assessing. Almost as soon as it started, it suddenly stopped, and a few seconds after that the nanotech downloaded its learned knowledge directly to Bouncer. "Right then, Graham, get me some more of that solarium over there. I think I know how this all works." "How?" "You haven't done anything except wave your arms around a lot," exclaimed Graham. "I may not have done much, but the nanotech has downloaded everything they've learnt, and I am pretty sure it will work, but this time we'll have some control over it." Graham quickly went to the particle accelerator room and carefully brought some more enriched solarium to Bouncer. "Here you go, be careful with it," pleaded Graham.